So I have a goal of reading 52 books this year. Since January, I've actually read 10. Out of those 10 books, there are only 4 books that I gave 5 stars. Invisible Monsters, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, The Help, and The Fault in Our Stars. I've already done a whole video on The Fault in Our Stars, which you can find there. So I'm going to talk to you about the other 3 today. The first one I'm going to talk about is The Help. I'm not sure there's a whole lot I can really say about it because I feel like everyone kind of already knows what it's about, but I did not expect to love this as much as I did. Like, it's a very, like, adult, mature topic, which sometimes, like, I don't know, I feel like sometimes books are written, like, specifically for adults, and I'm just, like, not quite there. I want something a bit lighter, and this is the book for it. And I really love the ending, because the ending wasn't perfect by any means. There was, like, some things were just kind of left like they were. She gets this book out, and yeah, that's kind of what happens. Like, it doesn't really change a whole lot. Like, it's a step, but it's obviously, like, just the first step of many. And I really, really liked that. Like, how the book just kind of was like, yeah, one person can't change all of this. So yes, The Help was my first 5-star book. The second 5-star book, Invisible Monsters by Chuck Palahniuk, the author of Fight Club. This was the singular strangest book I think I've ever read in my entire life. It's all about this woman who's like a supermodel, and she's like super hot, and she's got like the hot fiance, and like everything's great. And then she gets in a car accident and she gets her jaw blown off. You hear that and you're like, oh, that's so gruesome, this is gonna be heartfelt. No. The first chapter of this book starts off with her and her drag queen best friend, drag queen named Brandy. And Brandy has just been shot in the chest. The house they're in is on fire. No one seems to really care about that though. And then there's another woman in like a wedding dress. She's screaming about how boring her life is. And yeah, this girl is just kind of sitting there and she's like, It's so freaking strange, and the whole thing, like, nothing really happens. This is absolutely an adult book. Don't read this if you're 12. There's a scene. Brandy and the girl in the wedding dress are like shouting at each other, but in the other room there are 2 men having sex in the cupboard, like in the kitchen. And like you're listening to this like one argument between them, and every once in a while like it interjects with just like what you can hear coming from the kitchen. It's just like the most ridiculous scene. I was sitting there like killing myself laughing. This book is the most ridiculous thing, but it was so enjoyable. So the last book I'm going to talk about is The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. It's very, very much like The Silence of the Lambs. It's basically about this guy, Mikhail. He essentially gets on this murder case. This girl, she disappeared 40 years ago, and her uncle is still trying to figure out where she went. At the same time, you're introduced to this other girl, Lisbeth Salander. She's legally insane, and she's got this guardianship. She is the best computer hacker in all of Sweden. She does, like, private investigations on people kind of thing. But she gets on the same case with Mikhail, and the 2 of them, like, work together to, like, figure out the case. The setup is very, like, a basic, like, murder mystery kind of thing. It's so messed up. I guess there's only one actual rape scene in it, but like there's a lot of reference to like rape and murder and torture. It's so messed up sometimes, but it's so good. Yeah, I don't really have a lot to say about this one just because I'm afraid of ruining it. So that is that. Have a good weekend, everybody. Miranda, I will see you on Monday. Knox!